My name is Michelle Rosado, and many of you, as Randy had mentioned, I am a 9/11 survivor. Today, though, I want to share with you something that has changed my life long before September 11th happened. I am a domestic abuse survivor. I dated a man who was 10 years older than I was. And the abuse actually started when I was attending Martin. For the first 2 years, the abuse was not as noticeable. Nobody really understood what it was like. I used to walk through these halls hiding a secret. After those 2 years, I graduated high school. The abuse lasted for 9 years after that. So throughout my corporate years, throughout my drinking, throughout everything else, this man had a way of manipulating. So what I'm saying is, abuse does not necessarily mean physical. It means emotional. It means mental. And the reason why I'm telling this story today is not only to inspire you and empower you, it's for you to be aware that not only is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it's actually Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Not many of you would know that, mainly because the awareness is a secret as much as the act is within itself. You know how breast cancer awareness has the pink ribbon, right? Well, domestic violence actually has a purple ribbon. And the purple ribbon stands for the bruises. It stands for the strength beyond those bruises. There was always somebody, maybe here at school, there was somebody maybe at work or at my job, who said, Michelle, you have something special. You don't have to deal with this. On January 9th of 2000, I left that relationship for good. 11 years. Now some of you may think, well, if she's so strong, why would she stay that long? The relationship started when I was 15 years old. By the time I was 26, I felt that my life was already over, not knowing that it was just beginning. Some of you have experienced a tragedy that you have been able to overcome just by smiling for the first time. In a previous speech that I did, I remember saying that after September 11th, it probably took me about 2 weeks before I could smile again. But during the 11 years of pain, I never knew what kind of lesson I was learning at that time. I read a study about women right before we got here, and it said that women are not stronger than men. We just have a different level of strength. We have, whether we're single, whether we're married, whether we have kids, whether we don't, all of us have a motherly instinct within us. And that is what enables us to be people who have inspired hundreds of thousands of people in their lives. And I intend today to inspire you and empower you, not because of my adversity, but because of my triumph. I have said in the past that I am a victim of domestic abuse. But after finding out how many people actually go through this, I now call myself a victor. And we are a victor of everything that we can overcome. Any kind of adversity. Even though I spoke about it in past interviews, this really would be the first time that I'm talking about it in such an elaborate fashion. And the reason why, again, is because of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but also because the majority of people who are abused turn out to be them. And that is something that I believe we can all change. We can all be aware of that. One day, it was probably back in maybe 96 or 97, I was walking through Kipu, back in Woodside, and I noticed this woman who was pushing a carriage. Nothing wrong with her. She didn't have any visible bruises, but she looked scared. Knowing that, I went up to her, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "No." "And you're not either." We know. Women know each other. They can feel pain, as men do. But we're all strong enough. And we're all resilient enough. Right after September 11th, it was actually 2 weeks after it happened, my manager called me and said, "I need you to come down to Fort Lauderdale to handle disaster recovery." Most of our associates passed on from that tragedy. And so I came down here, actually came down there on October 1st. And October 2nd, I met someone. He was a person responsible for setting up my computer. Within 2 weeks, in the time that I arrived, I fell in love with him. Mainly because he's a New Yorker. Secondly, is because as strong as I was, I needed somebody in my life to show that equal amount of strength, even more. And that person is my husband, Rosado. He is, and of course he doesn't want to go to Canada, that's why I did it. You know, for me, it's really a great opportunity to be able to be here with you, because even after all the tragedies, I still needed to get to work. Even after working for so long in corporate America, I wanted to be a business owner. I wanted to have that freedom. I had a financial background. I used to research stocks and bonds on Wall Street for years. So what I decided to do was go into business with my husband, and we began developing a system. It was a partnership between husband and wife. It was also a partnership between a man and a woman. And so since 2004, we've been building our business, whether it be in real estate. At the time, back in 2005, we were in the mortgage business until, obviously, that meltdown. But we still were able to overcome that. And it was probably, that's actually because of the lessons that we learned years before. Having a job actually gave me that stability to be able to do whatever I wanted. But I knew that every door of opportunity that was before me, I had to open. It was in my blood to be able to do that. If I was not going to die at the hands of a man who almost killed me a few times in my life, there's no way that I'm not going to live the life that I want without knowing how important it was to share my story. Over the years, we've changed businesses, and in 2007, my husband had the idea of writing a book. And over the years as well, people have said, well, your story is about 9/11. Well, 9/11 is just one day in our history. There's a journey that has happened before and after that day. Just like you're in school, or just like you're in a job, that's a chapter. That's a chapter in your life. And for each moment that you embrace, you're turning a page into a new beginning. As with anything else, a journey does involve scary situations. On October 10th of last year, I went through a routine test with my doctor, and she said, well, I think it's about time you had a mammogram. And I'm thinking, wow, I'm really engaged. Wow, okay, I'm ready. I guess I'll look at the mammogram. I have no prior history on either side of my parents' side of breast cancer. So I decided wholeheartedly, I'll go get the test. On October 13th, I found that I had 3 lumps in my breasts. And it was kind of shocking, to tell you the truth, because every year we hear about breast cancer awareness, we hear about the Susan B. Komen Walk for the Cure. We go through this media coverage, and we look to people, and we find out that people have breast cancer, or for me, because of no prior history, it was unheard of. Well then, after 8 days of waiting for a test result, which had to probably be one of the longest 8 days I've ever experienced, I found that the lumps were actually benign. Again, I'm not here to talk about my survivor story. I'm here to bring you to a place of awareness. We actually do have all the time in the world to be the people who we want to be. The whole cliche of life being too short is actually not a cliche. It's just, again, perception. Where nothing else matters. Sure, we need to put food on the table. Sure, we need to make money. But are we embracing what today has to offer us? Does the past truly matter? I think that instead of dwelling on the past, we should embrace those great memories of the past and bring them to a place of right now. That way we can bring them on to the future and share those experiences with the future generations to come. Because none of us will be here forever, but our legacy will. be that difference. Not only make a difference, be that difference. And that's really why we're all here today. Because to be fully enlightened, I believe that we do have to balance ourselves. Everything has to be in harmony. We cannot just neglect ourselves just because of work or just because of money. It's important for all of us to have that balance in our lives. As the economy has shifted once again, I hear people saying how hard it is to get through each day, living paycheck by paycheck by paycheck, not knowing where their next minute or their next penny is going to come from. But I know that there is a chance that everything will be okay. All of us will be okay. It's just knowing how to grasp that faith and know that none of us are ever really alone. And nothing ever happens to us that is random or without purpose. Because purpose is why we are on this earth. We are here today. So before I close, I want to thank every single one of you for attending today. Because for being here, you are making a difference. And one last message that I want to say is that this is your moment. Therefore, live in your moment. My name is Michelle Rosado. Thank you.